Hey guys, I got another wonderful, awesome Tech Nitwit production video for you today. We are going to be doing the 3070 upgrade. This is the RTX 3070 and we got ourselves a 500 watt power supply, so that's what's in store for this video, and we'll get right into it. I did a stock benchmark already with the RTX, with the AMD Radeon RX5500 and our Ryzen 5 that we have in here. We scored a on time spy, we scored a 4,730. I'm not going to make you watch the benchmark, but I'm going to get into this upgrade. We also got our wonderful, awesome 500 watt power supply. This thing is rocking. And our Zotac big black mamma jamma GPU. So we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling, and we'll do an upgrade for you guys and then show you a benchmark at the end. I'm not going to make you suffer through the benchmark, so I'll shoot right to that, but that's what's in store for this video. Guys, have any questions, concerns, comments? I'm always around. Throw them down below, and yeah, let's get this video rocking and rolling. All right, guys, we're going to get right into this. We are going to do an unboxing of this GPU, then we're going to rip out some parts out of this guy, reinstall our 500 watts. Couple quick things I want to talk to you about. This upgrade will work in the TG01. Does not matter the numbers behind it. If you got it from Walmart or Best Buy or from the moon, if it was delivered on a spaceship. Does not matter. Second thing I want to talk to you about, all the parts that I'm talking to you in this video will be in the description down below. I will have links for everything. I will also have an infomercial on how to order the PSU from HP because it is so darn complicated. You need a rocket science. It is so darn complicated. You need a degree from MIT to figure it out. So we're going to get over to this. There's one last note I want to talk about. The numbers behind the TG don't matter in how or what to upgrade, but we're going to get into this unboxing, guys, and I'm going to shut up because I don't want to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, because Tech Nitwit loves big black graphics cards because they are sexy. So I'm going to get this box opened on up. This is Zotac Gaming Twin Edge OC Edition. If the sculpting wasn't going so crazy with everything, guys, I would have probably gotten the VGA or the MSI one or even the ASUS one, but yeah, things are a little crazy out there, and this is the only one we could get off eBay for a lot of dollar symbols, and I'm not going to talk about that right now. Box a little bit dirty, but she's pretty good looking. It's a nice box that it comes in. I have never owned a Zotac card before. This is my first one. I like the packaging. Give you some cool nifty stickers and stuff like that. And some, I guess Zotac now has PCs that you can order from them. I'm gonna have to take a look at those, see if they're worth anything. So, piece of foam. It's always nice to have some extra packing. Does come with 2 adapter cables, dual 6-pin to 8-pin adapters, if that is something you're looking for. For the HP guys, you are gonna need this dual 8-pin to 8-pin adapter. I will have a link in the description down below for you guys, but this is what it looks like. It takes the 8-pin from the 500 watt and duals it out to 2 8-pins for the GPU. The GPU will not work if you don't have this. Something that is not 100% needed, but I would suggest it, are these right angle 8-pin to 8-pin adapters, and this goes on here like this. And there we go, and that goes into the GPU, and then that just, because of the SFF case, the TG01 case, it's best to have these because of the tight fitting graphics card, because she's so darn big. So guys, this big black graphics card is wonderful. This is the type of graphics card you want to put a ring on because she is a keeper. That's all that's in the box, guys. Not a lot with graphics cards, but yeah. So one thing, you are going to kind of have to modify the case because this graphics card is so wide in girth. It doesn't like to share its space with other components. And yeah, you're going to see me do that. So get some stuff out of our way here. And here's our 3070 GPU. This is what it looks like. This is the bad mamma jamma. Zotac. And got some recessed power pin connectors, PCI-E adapters. I thought that was really nifty. That was thoughtful on Zotac's part. And there we go, guys. We're gonna jump right into this upgrade. So the first thing you're gonna do is, of course, power your PC down. So hit your power button, let her go zhuzh night night. Go ahead and allow your computer to go zhuzh night night. Go ahead and unplug all her plugs from the rear. And the first thing we are going to do is we are going to get ourselves a T5 Torx head, and we are going to pop this side of the case off. I really like this iFixit kit, guys. I can't say it enough. This thing is frickin' awesome. And of course, we are going to take that first CPU case off. Sorry. We're going to take that first screw off the side of this case, not CPU screw, because that's not what we're taking off. Set this guy off to the side. You're not going to need it till the end. And then we're going to take this screw off right here. And we're going to take a bunch of screws off in the rear right away, since we're back here in the rear. In the rear with the gear. There are 3 screws off of our GPU, or not GPU, our PSU. Tech Nitwit, you be confusing stuff all the time. What's wrong with you, man? And then while we are at it taking stuff off, we are gonna spin her around like she's on a merry-go-round, and we're gonna pop this off. And there's 3 tabbies right here. 1, 2, 3. She swings open like a door, and then swing it so you guys can see it. And we are gonna pop that wire off. This is gonna go off to the side. Get that out of your way. You're not gonna need that till you reassemble her. We're gonna grab this T5 Torx head that's right here. This guy right there. Make sure these go in separate spots. The shortest screw is the one that goes in the rear. It will come from up here, but there's a reason we're gonna use that shortest screw in the rear. You'll see here in a little bit. So go ahead and open that cage up, and that's as far as we need to go right there. We need to grab a T5 Torx head from right here. Cage will come flying out at you and try to kill you. And there you go. Set that stuff off to the side. Go ahead and unplug, not unpin, your 8-pin PSU. And the graphics card's gonna give me trouble. This is an 8-pin PCI adapter. Go ahead and hit your slot right here and jiggle your card back and forth. And eventually it'll come out. There we go. Our card is now free like sin itself. Then we're gonna grab down here. See if I can get the GoPro to you guys see this. We are gonna hit this little button right here. First, make sure you unplug your power supply from everything. Don't be like me and start pulling stuff out when it's not disconnected. And that's it. So the 2 wires up at the top, they're both a 4-pin. One's longer than one's shorter. You can't get them confused. And then pop this guy back right here. And whoosh, she's now out. Set your old power supply off to the side. And now it's your other power supply's turn. All right, guys, we're gonna grab our 500 watt PSU. This wonderful, sexy big guy looks almost like a normal ATX power supply. The screws do fit. We don't have to drill any holes. Go ahead and make sure your label is upside down, and you're gonna grab it and you're just gonna slot it in. It's pretty simple. And forward. Take your first cable right here, pops in right there. Unspool these cables. One of these cables is not gonna get used, I know. It'd be nice if the graphics card would work with it, but however HP did their stuff. So the 2 4-pin cables, these guys are your first to go in. This guy's gonna come up top, go right there, and you can tuck them in right there. Your second guy is gonna come in, and you're gonna pin it up right there, and up way at the top. Yeah, the pin faces the back. Go ahead and get it on this clip up top right here. This clip right here. Might have to bend it in because when you take it out, it bends it. And then this guy right here, bend it back down. There we go, that's in there. So the one we're gonna need is this 8-pin or the 6+2 pin. And this is, I'm just gonna put this on my adapter really quick. Get that guy going and snap that in. That's now ready for our GPU. Now comes the fun part, guys. So if you already see this right here, kind of looks jacked up already. It's because I already did a test run. But you're gonna have to take your pliers and move some of this stuff for us. And you're gonna have to spin this guy in. So if you can see this, I'm just gonna grab my pliers and spin this guy in. And keep squeezing until it goes flat. You could take a Dremel, but someone on the set didn't really want me to Dremel the PC, so if you have the availability of a Dremel or a hacksaw, just hack this guy off, because it gets in the way of the GPU. The GPU will actually hit. Now you're gonna have to be careful. You might have to take your pliers and grab this guy right here and bend out a little bit. You can still get the case on. You know, bend this guy out just a tad. It's gonna be a real tight fit. The actual graphics card right here and right here are gonna hit. I don't know if you can see this. It's already been in here. I've tested it, so I know it works, but it does hit. but it does work. And this is going to be the best upgrade you can do for this PC. So we're going to come in here, kind of on an angle. It's like a Jumanji puzzle. We're going to get us stuck in there, and then we're in. We're in like sin. That's now in there. Now you're going to have to push this back, snap this guy around, and then you're going to hold it because it no longer has a snap on there. And we are going to take that real small screw that used to be in the front, and that's now going to go in the back. Grab your T5's torque head, and hold this guy in there. I know it kind of makes your case look like it's all bent out of whack. Looks like I overbent it a little bit, so take your pliers if you have to. That's why I really probably should have dremeled it, but it's no big deal. Other thing I really hate is that you can't put screws in here. There are no threads in here. So this is pretty much how your GPU is going to be held. So as long as you can get a couple threads going on this guy, you're good. There we go, a couple threads. And it's holding your GPU because it sandwiches it between here. There we go, our GPU is in there nice and stable. The next thing you're going to do is grab your cage, and you're going to come up here and snap that bad mama jamma in there. Then we're going to grab our T5's torque head, T5's Torx head, and stick her in the front. Get her nice and snug and tight. And this is where the fun comes in. This is not going to stay in here. It clears the power supply, but not the GPU. As you can see, it's a little bit not in there all the way. If you see up top right here, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll show you on the GoPro. So you're going to have to kind of snug this guy in here a little bit. It sucks if you got an SSD below. You might have to double-side sticky tape it and move it around, or move it up top. But this will hold itself closed. Just go ahead and get your screw in there. It is a little bit tight. Snap that in there. Now comes the fun front panel. So this swings like a door. So the first thing you're going to do is come here, a little white tab. The pins that you can see that are silver are up top. If you got it the other way around with the little tab on it, that's the wrong way. The pins that are on the top, the silver, need to come upward. And that plugs in right there. Shove some of the wires so it gets started in there, and then this actually goes on like a door. So there's a little tab right down here. I don't know if you guys can see that. A little tab. That's got a catch down below. Make sure your wire's in there like that. And so you got to kind of get it in there. And watch right here. Make sure these guys are not overlapping. And then there you go. Make sure you hear 3 clicks or 3 snaps. And check the front panels that they're square. You can see right there, they look like they are. They're not overlapping or anything like that. So now we are going to come around and we are going to put this case on. Make sure that guy's snapped in. And the case is actually going to kind of bow, which is fine. But we can get it on because the graphics card does push on it a little bit. So I'm pushing on the bottom and the top. Get it in this thing. Kind of walk it forward. And it's going to get stuck. So I'll show you in the rear here. It gets stuck because of this thing. Just fine. There we go. Now, make sure you push it in the bottom and the top. You're going to have to kind of squeeze right here a little bit to get your T5 Torx head in. So go ahead and squeeze. And run that guy home. You don't need to Superman it, just get it a little bit tight. That'll also help hold your graphics card in. Last but not least are our 3 PSUs power supply screws. First one comes right here. If it lets me. It's easier when you can hold it from the back. But this thing does kind of jiggle around. There you go. Get one started, and that'll suck it forward. And there you guys go. A couple things I want to say. People thought I was nuts to put a 3070 in here. Hey, I want a nice bad mamma jamma graphics card. I want the best. So I am working on another ATX power supply that is a 750 watt. And I'm going to try to get it working in here. So you can put a 3090 if you really want to. I'm releasing that right now. If someone else beats me to the punch, that's awesome because it'll help you, the viewer, out. Alright guys, the first thing you're going to come and do is you're going to open up a wonderful browser because we got to do some driver updates. And if we don't have drivers, we aren't going to be getting the best FPS and gaming experience that we want. So go ahead and type into Google NVIDIA. And then go to GeForce drivers. And then we're going to select GeForce. We don't want laptop or notebook. We want 30 series, just the normal. And then we don't want a 3090, we want our 3070. And then go ahead and, oh, no, you don't want to search. I guess you can do a search or download now. You want the GeForce Game Ready Drivers WHQL. You don't want the Studios, but you want the normal GeForce drivers. Go ahead and download and pretty much follow the prompts. It's going to blink back and forth, and then I'm going to get a benchmark rolling and let you guys see the end of it, and that's where we'll pick up from. All right, guys, you're going to go ahead and open up the drivers, hit OK, let them run. They're going to flip back and forth. You might have the screen jumping around. Here's our wonderful, beautiful Zotac 3070. It's a very, very sexy graphics card. I really like this thing. It's neat looking too, if you guys see that in there. Going to give you a pass through. It's a neat looking graphics. All right, guys, go ahead and hit NVIDIA drivers GPU. You can do the GeForce Experience thing. That's where you get the frames per second, and you can record your gameplay and also update your settings for your games, and if you want to do streaming. So if you want it, I use it, I like it, but it's really up to you if you want it. But for the purpose of this video, just go ahead and install the drivers. Express, next. And there you go, your drivers are done. Do some blinking. It doesn't do a restart anymore, it used to. And you're good to go with your GPU and PSU upgrade. That's pretty much the video. If you want to stay to see the comparison from old to new, watch the rest of the video. If not, thank you, like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll move on to the rest of the video, guys. Wow, this thing is really a really cool graphics card. I mean, holy crap, did it just knock us out. I mean, this score is just out of the park. I mean, it's an RTX 3070. What could you ask for more? This is probably one of the best upgrades you could do for this PC, hands down, bar nothing, other than changing from a single stick of RAM to 2 sticks. So our RX 5500 originally only got 32 frames per second. Our RTX 3070 got 89 on the first score. The second one was 26, and our second one for our RTX 3070 was 76. You're definitely going to be able to play 4K gaming with this PC now. If you want to do 4K or 2K, this thing's going to just home run out of there. So really, if you want a good upgrade, this is where you're going to want to go. It's going to take a little time to get this PSU. Yeah, I will walk you through it. There'll be instructions in the description down below. It's worth the time. It's worth the wait. Unless you're going to build your own computer, this is the upgrade you want to do. This is where it's at. I'm not a big fan of the Zotac. I would say get the MSI or EVGA so you don't have to bend some stuff over here, but it's doable. The common guy can do this upgrade. It is not that hard to do. I'm really surprised by the FPS results. I mean, it just, like I said, Babe Ruth pointing, gone. It's out of there. It gets too thick with thumbs of approval. Other than that, guys, this thing is ready to rock and roll and play some bad mamma jamma games. And if you wanted to knock it out of the park with like Fortnite for say, Battlefield 5, it's on 1440p Ultra. You're getting 125 frames plus. Let's look here if I can find my mouse because it's so tiny now because everything's in 4K. If we do Apex Legends, we're looking at 140 frames per second plus 2 on 1440. GTA 5, we're looking at 75 frames per second. And the game that kills everything, Red Dead Redemption, we're looking at 50 frames per second plus. I mean, that is good on 1440p. I skipped Fortnite, of course, 105 plus frames per second. It can do better than that. I know that. I don't know why they're scoring it so low. I mean, for crying out loud, the RX 5500 can pull that. Well, sorry, maybe not on 1440p Ultra, but on low you can get those frames per second. So guys, this was a Tech Network production video, and I hope you guys like, subscribe, and comment. If you have any questions, throw it down below. Everything that I showed here in this video is going to be in the description down below. And Tech Network's out, guys. Hey guys, it's Tech Network here. Make sure you guys subscribe and like and hit that bell. Thanks.